Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing now? I am not firing on all four cylinders at the minute because, like this week, and you've probably seen the video I've done previous to this. Oh God, I've been proper under the weather. I'm sure, like a lot of people have. I thought I had COVID because the fatigue has been absolutely draining. I've been procrastinating. Is it that the word? I've been putting so much stuff off that I normally really love doing. I've actually got some new toys for my music room, and normally I'll be up there setting them up, ready to go, but I've just not had the will or the energy to do that. Anyway, tonight, Friday, it's the end of the week. I've got the weekend off, which is fantastic, and I'm feeling a little bit like myself. I thought I had COVID because when I had COVID, I've had it 3 times. When I had the first time, it literally wiped me out. I'm one of the lucky ones. It just wiped me out physically, and I was fine afterwards. So but we don't want to talk about that. But I'm here to bring you a new gadget. And when we have a new gadget like this, there's only one beer to try the gadget on. So what is it? And so I've already had a beer. I'm not going to lie. I've had a 6.1% IPA. I've not even had a drink. I've not really been drinking all week. So that's hit me. But I don't need to talk about the taste of the beer. What is important is about the gadget and what it does to the beer. So I need to pause the video for a second to just get this little bit of information up for you. So, one of my fans on YouTube, and I say that lightly because even though I've passed 1,000 subscribers, the true fans, I've probably only got a few, and the others like subscribe to me for like videos every now and then. But I tell you what, I appreciate every single person because if I can get a subscriber that watches one video a year, but it brings them a little bit of joy, a little bit of a smile, opens their eyes and brings something to their life. Like I say, even if it's just a smile or have a laugh at me, take the mick out of me for me waffling on, then I'm a happy boy. But this particular gentleman, we've interacted quite a lot, and he's a great guy, and he's given me some great tips and everything else. Now, I have got the physics machine. I've got the Audi sort of like rip-off physics machine or whatever, which I've done a comparison of the two. I've got the NitroSurge cap, the Guinness NitroSurge cap. I've got the Audi's NitroSurge cap. I like the gadgets. I like to see what they can all do. But this guy here, Michael here, he runs a Facebook page there. That's the most important thing there. So he runs a Facebook page. He's only got 78 followers on Instagram, but he's not really worried about it. He's more the Facebook page. Everything physics. So he's got that group that you can sign up to. So if you've got a physics machine, if you go to his Instagram profile there, and he's a cool looking guy with them glasses on as well. And you click on his Instagram and then click that link, go to Facebook. It's basically a physics machine community where they share all things physics, because the physics machine is a fantastic machine, but it can be quite complicated to get used to, especially with normal beer, because it can over froth the beer if you're not sort of used to it. You've got to know how to. So I'm not on Facebook, so unfortunately, I've said to Michael, I'm really sorry, mate, but I'm not on Facebook for personal reasons, and so I can't really follow him on there. But he's given me the heads up on a new gadget, and he says to me, Spenno, I want you to put this gadget against the Amazon and the Guinness NitroSurge, and also, even though he's a massive physics fan, and I am as well, put it up against the physics machine and see how it fares. So I've gone and bought it from Amazon. And at the minute, I think if you look, you can get this for $19.99. So do you know what? I'm not monetized on YouTube yet, even though I've got 1,000 subscribers plus now, which I'm quite proud of. But I've got about 3,000, nearly 3,800 watch hours per year. So I think every day it does that, 365 days. And until you hit 4,000, you don't get no money for it. But I ain't bothered about that, and I'm all for charity. So I've said any money I get, I'll give to charity anyway. So here we go. I know these videos are going to be popular. I do know, but you probably don't know about this because I didn't. So this is the Draft Wizard on the go. Now the Draft Wizard, from what I've seen, does a physics type machine similar to the physics. I've not tried it. I've not seen it. But this, what appealed to me with this is fantastic because you can use it on bottles. So I've got one of my favourite beers in the fridge, and I know it's my favourite. I've only had it a few days, and but yeah, I pretty much wiped them out, I think, of their stock, and I do not apologise for that whatsoever. I'm a little bit leery because that 6.1% fantastic beer has got to me. So I've already unboxed this because I wanted to read the instructions. I wanted to see what it is about, and I wanted to put a battery in it. So let me do a little unboxing to you. Then we're going to get a can of Guinness out because you know that any draft pour has to be put up against a Guinness can. So we'll open this. So this was from Amazon. I got this from Amazon. You can get it from Argos as well, but at Argos it was a bit more expensive. Amazon at the minute, we're doing it for $19.99. I don't think it's so much a Black Friday deal, but it's the fact that they are doing it for $19.99. So you get like a very sort of like paper thin instruction. However, at least you do get a paper instruction with it, which is good. And it is all in English as well, which it bloody surprises me. Normally you get 457,000 pages of information, and then right at the back is the English version of the instructions. So, right, the cap. Now, the one thing it doesn't say in there, and I don't think it does, I'm not seeing it, it doesn't say wash before use. Now, I never do that, you know, and probably it's the wrong thing to do because, you might need to sweat out that little spout and things like that. But I never wash these before use. And you know why? Because I've got a cast iron stomach, but I suggest you probably give it a little swill out. So this is a bit different because it's got this little piece that sticks out here. It's got some writing on there, which I can't see and it won't focus in because my face is in the way. Oh no, it's some technical stuff there or whatever. So how do we put the battery in this? Quite simple. This just comes off. It slides back. Now the battery's in. There is a little bit of a magnetic force there. It slides back like that. So quite simply slides back and then comes off. Easy peasy. Then in there, there's a little compartment there, look. And it takes one battery. So it just takes one of your AAA batteries there. Duracell. Don't use anything other than that. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. Well, they're not a waste of time. They do the job, but they don't last very long. Now, the only thing that I couldn't get to grips with this is there's no light on this. There's nothing that tells you it's on. This hasn't got an on switch. You don't press that and it's on. When you press that and hold it, it's on. So let me just see if I can put this to the mic. Right, so basically when you press this, it makes a noise. I'll be quite honest with you, it does seem a little bit cheapy, plasticky, hard plasticky sort of. It does seem a little bit like that. It's 20 quid. This does slide off quite easily, so it's not as if it slips into place really and it's in. There is like I say, there is like a bit of a magnetic sort of thing, but you feel like it will fall off quite easily. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm interested about the bottle side of things because I've got a few things to bring to the channel. I've got something to try that an old school drinker told me about, is how to basically knock out the carbonation. See, an old school drinker will want to pour a beer without that big foamy head. Nowadays, when we pour beer, the way to knock out that carbonation is to pour the beer quite hard, and then it will froth up and it will get rid of that CO2 sort of carbonation, so you're not gassing it into your stomach all the while, and you get the foamy head that protects the beer from the oxygen, makes the beers non-flat and everything else. But a friend of mine told me a method using a coffee stirrer stick, and I'm going to bring that as well to the channel because I want to try it myself. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video, get a Guinness out, and we'll get this poured, see what it does. See you in a second. Right, so the beauty of the pours, I love the pour on the iPhone. So I've got a Guinness Nitro Surge can here. You've seen me do many videos. I've done many glass cleaning videos and all sorts of stuff, and even myself and Steve Gilsonan from that use the head of quality control at Guinness, we still like the salt method. However, I am not going to lie, my glasses, bless them, have been through the dishwasher with the rest of the pots, and I do put them at the top, so hopefully all the crap's falling down. So please forgive me for that, but I've had no choice. I've got a dishwasher that's mackled together while I'm doing the kitchen, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to go up in the bath washing because I've not got that rinsing facility that I normally have, and I've not got the stuff. So anyway, I've got a Guinness glass. I've got the Guinness can. The glass is at room temperature, which at the minute is 15 degrees. However, the glass, it wasn't that when I first came in. So the glass has been stood out for about 20 minutes or so. So what the idea is you want the Guinness nice and cold, the glass at room temperature, then it gets the optimum temperature. Anyway, that's another video that I've done. So what we do, we crack open the can, we put this on, and then it seems as if the only way to give this the surge is to press and hold that. So I'm not sure how friendly that's going to be while I'm trying to pour the Guinness, because if I press and hold it and then I let go of it, it's going to stop the surge. So we're going to crack this Guinness open. We're going to put this cap on, try it for fit. We are going to, the Guinness can's got some water in the top of it because like my freezer has been left open and it's thawed. We're going to see how it works. Right, so here we go. So we'll crack the can open. There it is. Quite a bit of a fizz there. Now you've got to make sure you leave these cans to settle. This is not going to work. It is just not going to work. How is this going to work on a can? How? That is not going to work on a can. I've only just realised that. That is ridiculous. No, that is shocking. That is not going to work on the can. Right, I've got to pause the video just for a second, just to see if I'm doing anything wrong here. Panic over, panic over, panic over. I'll explain in a minute. But we're good to go. Oh my God. Right, honestly, I've had this brain fog. Right. So it's on the can. There it is. It's on the can. And actually, to be fair, like it is quite user friendly. So here we go. Let's do it. Oh no. Oh, this ain't looking fantastic. Oh, this is. I can hear it doing its thing, but oh no. Look at the pour on that. It's terrible. Do you know what? I'm glad I bought this from Amazon because I think this is going to go back to where it belongs. Look at that. That is ridiculous. I'm up to the harp. Oh, God. No, not yet. Oh, Jesus. I've even lost interest in this. Wow. Oh, well. It's surging, but my God, look at that. Look at the bubbles on that. I'm sorry, but dear me, that has frothed that up like Mr. Matey. So, right, so user error, okay? It quite clearly says here in the description, for cans, look, there, and for bottles, there. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to try it on a bottle as well. Well, we're not finished yet. Okay, just because it was looking a bit like stupid, and it was like looking a bit like it was pouring terrible. Oh my God! Now on the can, it's on there. It's on there, and it fits well. Now I'm not one for bad mouthing things at all, and I'm not here to badmouth things, but when it comes to gadget, well, I'm not here to badmouth beers, I'd rather. But when it comes to gadget, you know, people are paying good money for these. Now, when you think of like the Guinness Nitro Surge cap, which is presented in this beautiful box here, this is all clean now and ready to go for the next Guinness, which I should have done there. It's there. It's all there. Look, the charger's there. Although I've only charged this. I charged this once when I first got it, and then literally about halfway through using it, or after about 10 pints maybe, I just charged it again. I didn't want it to run out. But then I've not charged it since after watching Steve Gilson say that it lasted for about a year. I've literally not charged it since, and it's a beautiful piece of equipment, and it won't be beat at all. So, okay, we've set. I wish I could get my light to come on. I don't know why it won't come on. It's settled. It's got a creamy head. So we know now that we don't need for the second pour to have the nitro surge part on. But that felt as if like one of the things that you really need, especially with Guinness, is you need a good pour. You need a smooth pour. And that just wasn't it. Right, let's see what we've got here. So that's pouring smoother now. I mean, we seen when I done the pour with the nitro surge button pressed in, there, or the surge button pressed in, that it was literally coming out like, I don't know, like you were shaking it about a bit. So, okay, it's poured the Guinness. It looks like it's nitro. The head looks smaller than it should be, but we can't blame that so much on the cap. It could be a temperature control thing. But I would definitely say that it wasn't surging the Guinness very well at all. There's loads of bubbles in the head. It's never going to compete with, to be honest with you, it can't compete with just that Amazon cap that I got, which is here. This, to be quite frank, I think is a better made cap. Comes apart quite nice, easy to put the batteries in the same. Clips on quite good. It fits the can, I think, a lot better, and also like the surge side. I think it needs a battery. I'll tell you what, I probably took the battery out of this actually, because I don't like. I've not used it for a while, so I don't like leaving the batteries in. But yeah, this did okay. This did good. It poured quite nice. Yeah, it just looks better, to be honest with you. I think it's better quality, feels heavier. God, a bit disappointed with this. Yeah, I'm almost looking at this Guinness thinking it doesn't look surged, if you know. Anyway, let's have a try. Let's have a sip. It's Guinness. It's nice. It's lovely. But I am going to say it definitely has not fully brought the best out of that can. Yeah, well, part one, trying the Draft Wizard on the can, seemed a little bit not the best. Let's see how it fits. It fits good. It fits good. It feels like it's on. It's not going to fall off easily. It takes a good positive clip. It feels good. It was sealed. It didn't leak. How's it feel compared to the Amazon one? Oh, that feels, that's on. Yeah, that proper feels on, and you've got to like take that off. This is a bit more convenient because it comes on and off like that. Whereas the Amazon one, although positive clip, you've got to do that little part at the back there, which isn't really an inconvenience. Yeah, I like the Amazon one better. I don't like how that poured. It poured not the best. Right, I'm going to drink this Guinness. I'm going to swill the cap out. I'm going to put the bottle part in it, and then I'm going to get a really great beer out and see how it works with a bottle. Might be better on a bottle, not so good with a nitro surge sort of Guinness. Anyway, cheers everybody. Guinness still tastes good, but it ain't as creamy. Definitely not. Right, I'll see you in part 2.